Most of the world's population receives income as payment for their labor. At the top of society, the affluent also accrue wealth via income from assets and investments. This means that incomes for the rich are significantly higher and grow faster than the meager incomes of the lower classes, who depend solely on wages and social programs. Especially striking is that the gap between the world's highest and lowest earners has widened dramatically in the past few years and keeps growing. Lending represents one driving force of inequality, in part because only people who are creditworthy, who can be trusted to pay the lent money back, receive loans. But the poorer the person, the more unlikely they are to receive credit, and even when they do, they must pay far higher interest rates. This is how banks hedge their risk, because poorer borrowers generally have no collateral to offer. But lending on its own isn't the problem. What makes a difference is how credit is used and what kind of incentives it provides. Microcredit, on simplified terms, represents a possible approach. In developing countries, it makes it possible for the poorest to engage in investments in order to become independent. Muhammad Yunus was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2006 for this idea. The average loan awarded by the bank he founded, Grameen Bank, is $100. Through this avenue, millions of people have been able to increase their productivity and to carve a way out of poverty. On the other hand, the principle of lending can often lead to situations in which banks make loans that aren't backed by assets. Government bank bailouts have motivated some banks to take on greater risks, since the state functions as a kind of insurance. If a bank encounters issues, the government will rescue it. If it then turns a profit, that money will remain in the hands of the wealthy shareholders. Nobel Prize winner for economics Joseph Stiglitz demands more government oversight of the financial system in order to prevent this kind of crisis from recurring.
What's actually happened, if we look underneath the surface, is that the government has de facto delegated responsibility for the creation and allocation of credit to private banks. These private banks are effectively making use of its trust, so we've privatized a key national asset.